Hello everyone, my name is Cherry Blossom, and in this week's video I'll guide you step by step on how you can roleplay as a disabled cat. But before we start, I'd like to give a big thanks to Taborande for being my channel member. Your support means a lot. Now, before you start roleplaying, planning your OC's backstory is essential. A good backstory adds depth to your character and helps guide how you roleplay. First, decide on your OC's disability and its origin. Ask yourself, was the disability caused by an injury, like a battle wound, illness, or accident? Or was it congenital, meaning your OC was born with it? Next, you should think about how your character and the clan may adapt to the disability. For example, a blind cat may rely on heightened senses like hearing and intuition, or a deaf cat might use visual cues or body language to communicate. Taking time to think about these details will make your roleplaying more immersive and realistic. Once you've planned the backstory, it's time to show your OC's disability through their appearance. This helps other players immediately understand your character's story. For leg injuries, use brindle or swirl patterns to mimic areas where fur no longer grows due to scarring. For blind cats, it's pretty straightforward. You can equip the blind eyes accessory, but you can also adjust their facial expression, perhaps a calm, stern look or an alert, focused one, depending on how they've adapted. For deaf cats, consider adding folded ears to suggest congenital deafness or ear scars to show they've lost their hearing from an injury. And the list just goes on. Your imagination is the limit. These small touches can add authenticity and detail to your OC. Now that you've created your morph, it's time to roleplay. Focus on how the disability impacts your OC's interactions and abilities. Often when a cat loses one sense, their other senses become stronger. Use this to your advantage. For instance, a blind warrior might rely on their hearing and other cats to guide them. They might describe their world differently, adding depth into the roleplay. So instead of saying, the Tom knew there was a rabbit but couldn't see it, they could say, the Tom felt the thumps of the rabbit through his paws and heard it nibbling on some grass. However, he couldn't pinpoint it due to his lack of sight. For deaf or mute cats, communication can be a challenge. They might use simple gestures or improvised sign language. For example, rubbing their belly to indicate hunger. Be creative, but avoid directly stating what your OC wants. Let their actions do the talking. For cats with physical injuries, small details like limping or showing difficulty climbing can make your roleplay more realistic. Remember to highlight not only how your OC deals with their disability, but also how the clan helps them adapt. And don't hesitate to ask other players for help. After all, it's realistic for a disabled cat to rely on clanmates sometimes. Speaking of the clan, even with a disability, your OC should still have a role. Many disabled cats in the books choose to become medicine cats, but you could also roleplay as an elder for a more relaxed experience. That said, a disabled cat can still become a warrior. It's just more challenging. But if you're up for that kind of roleplay, it could make for a rewarding story. Lastly, remember to respect other players while roleplaying. Some people might not be familiar with such a unique character concept and could need time to adjust. Try to adapt to their tone of roleplaying and ensure your OC's disability doesn't disrupt their experience in a negative way. Well, before I end off the video, my good friend Juro would like to say something.
Hey guys, Jimmick here, or most commonly known as Juro. I'm the storyboard artist for Cherry Blossom, and just wanted to put a public service announcement. As you guys probably saw in the video, there was basically explaining how to roleplay as a disability cat. And well, I just wanted to say that they're not just fake, they're real. Unfortunately, I have a condition where I'm not able to see that well. I'm visually impaired, meaning I'm blind, legally blind. And, well, it's hard. And I appreciate it if you guys see anyone with a cane that's red I'll pop it up on the screen right now. Help them out, or ask them if they need help. Because, especially when it comes to, like, getting around, it's super hard. And a lot of people just kind of ignore us, or are rude. I don't want to even go into how many times I've almost been hit by a car. And I appreciate if you guys could be super kind and help us out. Now, I don't say just go up to someone and say, hey, you need help. Just, if they look like they're struggling, be willing to offer them a hand. They will most likely grab your shoulder if they say yes, because it's normal for us to do that. Because it's professional, and it doesn't make the other occupant weird. But that's all I just wanted to say. Public service announcement. And back to you, Cherry Blossom.
Thank you so much, Jiro. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and always treat others with kindness.